This is episode 25. Want a blog? We'll talk about starting one for less than $100. Let's get started.
Welcome to GEB Johnson Podcast with your host, Danola Johnson. Here, you will hear about finding the right career to fit your purpose and mastering your mindset. This is where you will learn how to take control of your life and make it happen.
Get started, I just want to mention our very new educational platform. Blogging Without Writing is open now. This is our membership community. What this is a place where we'll be teaching once a month in addition to going over the podcast information each week, Q&A, or work action items, and diving deep in real-time business startup strategies, even sharing your wins and your losses. This is where I will teach blogging without writing, and this will have all of our education inside where you'll get up to date real-time information. The goal for this BWOW, our Blogging Without Writing membership community, is that this will be the last place you will need to go for blogging knowledge, education, courses, or ebooks. All of that will be in this place, in this platform, in one place. I know you're probably looking to see if you've missed some secret or a magic potion or something that everybody knows but you don't know, but in reality, no one really knows and no one has the secret. You'll realize what worked for one business owner might or might not work for you. Everybody's business is different. Everybody is serving a specific market, but there are some foundational things that you'll need to be successful, and you'll learn them here. We will get in there, do the research and work that needs to be done to get you where you need to be in your specific business. This new community is our place where you'll get the support you will need to be successful. So we're so excited about the BY community. I'd love for you to check it out at gebjohnson.com/blogging WO writing. This is something I've wanted to do for a very long time in helping people get their blogs started, especially for people who struggle with the writing part. And I know blogging means text of some sort, which usually means to write. So this month-to-month program is specifically for those of you who want to blog. I hope you stick around in the community for a long time to get up and running successfully with your blog. And this is a month-to-month, because I know things change. I had a hiccup in my things that changed when my husband became ill, and I had to stop many of the things with my business because funds were not there. So you can stop at any time, but I hope you won't. And if you do want to continue and need to take a small break, the information will still be there for you to access, and I'd love to help you get started today. So again, go to gebjohnson.com/blogging WO writing. Now, before we jump into today's episode, I'd like to invite you to join my Patreon membership. You can join for as little as $1 a month and up to $5 a month. I have 3 tiers you can join: a $1, $3, or a $5 tier. The $1 tier, you receive a personal thank you note from me. The $3 tier allows you to get 5% off any product within my store, and the $5 tier will allow you to get 10% off anything in the store. I have a goal of $200 within the next 20 days, and I'm asking you to help me. Once I reach that goal, I have an episode on Ask Me Anything. That episode, I will have questions that have been asked through an email that I will send out. And there could be anything from career, starting a business, what I do in my business, anything that you want to know. So head on over to patreon.com, search for the G.E.B. Johnson podcast, or you can go to gebjohnson.com/podcast and donate today. So today's episode is on starting a blog for under $100. You've heard this word blog, and you've heard many people make a ton of money with one. And this can be true depending on how ambitious, determined, and tenacious you are with your blog. But oftentimes, many people think that to get started could cost you a boatload of money, and when in reality you could really start for under $100, or at least get you started. Like I said, get you started. Now I'm not going to say you can have the whole thing for under $100, but to get started you can do it for under $100. So let me just pause and say this: if you want a business, any business, you will have to spend some money. You can't get anything for nothing, and you will have to put some skin in the game. So with that being said, here's how it can be done for under $100. To maximize your investment, you will need to do a bit of research. So you will need to research yourself, your knowledge base, and decide how much learning you're willing to do in the area of the blog that you want to be in. And to be honest, if you're going to blog for money, you might need to pick a hot area subject such as finance, health, or lifestyle to get you going. Once you're decided on a topic, figure out your niche, basically your target market of who you want as your readers. Figure out if you want to blog weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. Regardless, be consistent. The more consistent you are and the more content you produce, the better your blog will be. This content could be in blogs, which is in written form most of the time, podcasts or videos, or a combination of them all. But you need to get your content out there one way or another. For example, I have a blog, and I blog once a week, the G.E.B. Johnson blog. Usually my podcast is a different or more detailed or additional information of that blog that I posted on Friday. Sometimes it is and sometimes it's not. But usually within a 4-week span, you will have a blog post and a podcast coinciding with similar and even more detailed information. This blog post for this particular podcast is how I started my blog for under $100. The first thing I did when I started my first blog, because this is not my first one, was to blog on a free blogging service. I did this to see, one, if I liked writing weekly, which writing is not an issue for me, but I didn't know if I wanted to do it weekly, and to see if this is something that I could maintain on a weekly basis. Because again, consistency is key. I started with Blogger, and this was a free service, and I had my blog up and running within an hour. Minus the article, I did have to write that. So one thing about this service is that you'll have the name of your blog and Blogger in the URL. For example, my first blog's name was called Instructology. Instead of instructology.com, it was actually instructology.blogspot.com. Now, if you are okay with that, that's fine. But a lot of times, sometimes people may not take you as serious if you have that after your name of your blog. So when I realized that this was something that I really liked and I wanted to continue to do it, I actually moved my blog over to WordPress. And then it was called officially Instructology.com. This cost me less than $10 a month. I used Bluehost, and I'll have a link to Bluehost in the show notes. And I got an email service with it too. Some domain companies don't add the email with it. You have to buy it separately. But with Bluehost, you get all of it together. And this is what I mean about the email part. You can get info, Janola, admin at Instructology or whatever. So what happens is I actually had one that said Janola@instructology.com is my email. Sometimes when you're applying for different things that you want to add on to your website, they actually want to see that type of email instead of the one with either at Gmail or wherever, Hotmail or whatever. I also found my logo with Fiverr.com when Fiverr was only $5. But now you can still find a logo for fairly reasonable price on Fiverr.com. You will need a CRM, which is a customer relationship membership system, management system. I'm sorry, it's a management system. I use MailChimp because the first 2,000 emails subscribers are free. After that, you do have to pay a small fee, which is under $50 a month. But once you get a lot more of the subscribers, you can do more with your email list. And you may outgrow MailChimp if that's what you choose. But there are other ones out there, Aweber, Constant Contact. I'm still with MailChimp because they actually do what I need done with my particular email list. So don't think, you need to move to others just because you hear a bigger blogger or more influential blogger saying that they're using a bigger platform. You really need to just use the platform that works best for your blog needs. Next, you will need a payment system. Having a blog and not getting paid is kind of weird. So whether you offer products or services, you will need to have a way of collecting your coins. Of course, PayPal is free on the customer end and user-friendly on the merchant end, but there are transactional fees. PayPal deducts from your payments from customers. So once you're collecting over, I would say $1,000 a day, some people may say less than that, you may want to look at other payment systems. Also, PayPal limits certain items or services that you can perform. For example, if you're into beauty, such as hair extensions and things like that, you cannot do your transactions through PayPal. So you may want to look at other areas if those are types of blogs or businesses that you're considering. Now that you've been blogging for a few months and you're getting payments, you'll need to get an EIN number. And an EIN number is like your business's social security number. So this is free and it can be done electronically. You go to the federal government or Google and type in EIN and it'll populate it for you for free. You get your EIN number and get incorporated in your state, and then you're in business. Now the incorporation fee may be between $50 and $100 depending on the state that you're in. So I hope that this helps you in deciding how to get your blog up and going. It's fairly easy. As you can see, it's very expensive. And let me just quickly review. The first thing you need to do is decide what you want to blog on. Secondly, you can go to, I use Bluehost. I mean, you don't have to use Bluehost. There's GoDaddy and a ton of others. But I use Bluehost, so go over to an official domain name. And then get your CRM up, your customer relationship management system. Figure out how you want to get paid. And incorporate yourself. If you feel that you can't do this, remember we have the Be Wow community for you to join and to help you go through this. Remember, this is gebjohnson.com/blogging WO writing. That's where you can find that membership. Join and we can help you with getting started with your blog. Please remember to subscribe to this podcast on your favorite podcast platform and leave a review. Until the next time, happy blogging.